Hi, I think we're recording now. So, questions about teaching experience. I'm going to give you some information about that now. I can see you have lots of information that I gave Alexey about my history before arriving in Russia. So, I arrived in Russia in October 2007. I studied my CELTA for about a month, 6 weeks. I had already had teaching English experience in Japan and in Ireland. Came from a coaching training business which I had for about 5 or 6 years before falling in love and arriving in Russia. I worked with BKC International House until March 2009, teaching mainly adults, teens and adults. There were some children, but not too many. From 2009 till 2019, basically 10 years, I was a freelance English teacher, and I worked with many companies and organizations and many children. I've worked when I lived in Michourinsky Prospect, school number 1448. Дополнительные, extra English lessons I helped students with from first class until about 4th class. Also in school 1306, that was mainly as a IB CAS coordinator. CAS is Creativity Activity Service, and I know the management in the school, and they know that I do a lot of charity work. And also there was another school in Stiletto, I think school number 37, that I worked with. I've done summer camp work with 1306 with Hartford Partners, another group in camps in Crimea, St. Petersburg. What's the name of that place? Pereslavo, Zaleski. I'll be going to Turkey with them in June. When I come back, I'll be working with Kingsley Education. On a part-time basis, my main work is as a video presenter, as a YouTube channel presenter. And yes, teaching has always been part of my life. My own daughter is 7 years old, and I actively teach her English, help her with her English, with her ABCs and her phonetics, and my dog's name is Dora, and etc. And I try to help her. I use a combination of resources that I've gathered over the years to make lessons interesting and practical. Alexey, I've done some work with before for a yoga instructional video for basic yoga skills for young children in English. I really love, and I've said this to Alexey many times, the Natural School Project, and I would like my daughter to also be part of that, to have less time on gadgets and more time in the outdoors and team building and communicating and finding her own passion for life. The movie camp idea we've discussed a number of times already, and we haven't a plan in place at the moment, but we will create a plan to basically help students put a story together, find who the characters are going to be, so gathering a team, gathering the necessary resources, many of which are probably available on their mobile phones. If they're not available, I can assist in terms of, it might be studio, it might be equipment, it might be somebody who's going to do the editing when the video has been shot. And I mean, what I do at the moment, as I said, my main role is as a YouTube channel presenter. So I create the text, I shoot it in a studio and with an auto cue. I get the text, I highlight the text, I send it to an editor. The editor sends it back to me with animations that we've decided to use, with the images, with the right text. And have been doing this historically for bookmaker ratings. I'm also doing it for a tour company at the moment. I'm also planning to do it for a dating website. I'm also planning to do it, I hope, for Alexey's project, also for Natural School, also for dental services in the center of Moscow. And I've just been asked to create a video for a vitamin company also, and I've done this type of work also with Puzzle English for many years. Somebody else asked me about doing these videos for a CRM company, customer relationship management, not so long ago. So that's what I like to do. I like to create videos, and once again, I really love the Natural School Project, and myself and Alexey have only really met once, but we keep in touch as much as we can. And yes, we're going to meet before we launch this program in August. So lots of teaching experience with lots of children and young adults of all ages in camps, in schools, lessons need to be interesting. People need to understand that they can get over the language barrier and make some mistakes, because they're not mistakes, they're opportunities for learning. I'm available on Telegram if you have any questions for me. Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can find me everywhere. My life is an open book. So I hope that answers some of your questions, and I look forward to speaking with you and meeting your children and making this an exciting project for everybody in August.